to my channel. Welcome if you are new. Hi, hello, my name is Mia, and today in celebration of the beltane, we are doing a pick a card reading, and this time we have runes to choose from. This is made off of a Portuguese tree. I cannot remember, but I'll put it somewhere in the screen. I'll put it somewhere on the screen so you can check it out. I purchased this in Portugal on Etsy, and it is a Portuguese tree. So yeah, so we're going to be talking about what are their late night thoughts when they're alone, about you. This could become potentially like anything. This could be anything. This could be sexual, this could be like fantasies, this could be like just romance, friendship. This could be literally anything. So this is what we're going to be doing today. Also, by the way, happy beltane. And yeah, let's get to the pick a pile or pick a rune part. So this one is number 3, named Thurisaz. Thurisaz represents a thorn. It symbolizes reaction, defense, conflict, catharsis, and regeneration. This one is number 12, which is Jera or Hera. Represents the year. It symbolizes cycles. It symbolizes cycles, completion, changes, harvest, and reaping rewards. And this is the number 7, which is Gebo. Represents a gift. It symbolizes balance, exchange, partnership, generosity, and relationships. So pick whichever rune that calls you out the most. This could be literally anything. I don't have any expectations. So again, this could be about a relationship. You can be in no contact as well. So this is basically their thoughts. So pick and choose whatever fits, and what doesn't, leave to the side. That could be for someone else. So I'll see you in your reading. Hello, group number 1. Thank you so much for picking a pile, I guess. So let's see. Their late night thoughts about you. So I feel like you're in a conflict. And overall, they feel very... Oh, I have a spider on my hand. Look. Can you see it? Wait. Oh, I hope you can see this. It's like literally floating. I think they're building a web. Oh, look at that. They're coming down. Oh, I hope you can see that. Come on, Spidey. Oh, did you let go? Oh, yeah. Did you... Okay. Yeah, they did let go of the web. They're walking over there. Oh my god. They're on this card over here. Keys on the ring. I hope you saw that. I hope you saw that. That was incredible. All right. Here we go. So I feel like I'm going to let her hang out a little bit over there. I don't want to move it. And if I do, I'm going to like place the card outside so she can go out and but okay. I feel like you're in some sort of conflict, like I have been saying, and my nails cannot stick. Like I've been saying, and I feel like this person reflects a lot on what could have been. The Five of Feathers, I'm gonna make sure that I know what the Five of Feathers is. I think feathers, candles. Shit. Five of Swords, yeah. You're definitely in some sort of conflict. And they think about, like, what were they thinking? And about the situation being unraveled or reversed, but definitely not lost. I feel like they are indeed reflecting on what could have been, what could have I done better to help the situation. I feel like you guys were mirroring each other a lot, and the relationship reflected your wounds, and there's some sort of introspection that is going on here. They definitely feel like the relationship was one-sided, and that they could have done better. I could have done better. I could have been better for you. I know this is very cliche, but it's kind of like there's a lot of, the energy is very reflective in a way. They're definitely thinking about something. I wouldn't say like talking to you or anything, but they're definitely thinking about something. There's regret in the situation. They feel like it's not lost though, so it's a good start. They feel like they stringed you along, or they had a one-night stand with you and they ghost you or something like this. And they feel like you have made the decision to move on, some sort of thing. But they feel like definitely the relationship was very one-sided and they stringed you along. And there was a lot of options in the middle. They're watching your social media as well, specifically your Instagram. I'm seeing like the stories, you know. Yeah, especially what I'm seeing is basically a person receiving a notification of like a random account being liked. Sorry, a random account liking your story. Yeah, I feel like you may have received some sort of likes from like random accounts that are usually bots, recently created with like this sort of bio that DM me for something, or looking for a sugar daddy, something like that. Like it's a very random bio, and they have no posts. Sorry, this was very specific, but I feel like they may be using some sort of bot or some sort of way to watch your social media. Also, if you have, let's say, if you check on like the people that watched your story, you can see if there's someone that you don't know and there's like no profile picture at all, this could be them as well. Yeah. This, like, you may have been with this person for some time, or like tried to be with them for some time, but it didn't really work out because they were stringing you along and they didn't really treat you as like a priority. They always treat you like an option. And I feel like you're on bad terms right now, or you simply are in no communication because you decided to walk away, and they feel the distance. There's some sort of coldness in that lack of interaction. I don't feel like I'm gonna check on something. Hold on. How are they feeling? Because King of Roses. Okay. I'm gonna put it over here. How are they feeling? Like, I feel sadness, but it's not like sadness, you know what I mean? How are they feeling about this? Oh, okay. Well, never mind. Yeah. Uh, Queen of Candles. I feel like that's Queen of Cups, I would say. Let's see. Queen of Candles. Oh, that's Queen of Wands. Okay. The Queen of Candles, like, they think that you love a good challenge, but you will definitely not be crossed. And I feel like they, in a very sneaky way, they have crossed you. And it's kind of like you let it go through, like you didn't really mind, but there was a point where it was just too much for you, and you decided to just, you know what, if I don't have a specific place in your life, and if I don't know where I stand, then I'm going to leave. Like, I'm not gonna wait for you to make your mind. I'm just going to put my place elsewhere, if that makes sense. Yeah, they definitely challenged you to the point where there's no return. They feel like, did they really inspired you to express yourself, or did they just want you to do what they wanted, overlooking your own individuality? Like, these are the type of questions that sometimes cross their minds, and my nail is bugging me to not say other things. Yeah, it wants to come off. I'm gonna try my hardest not to let it happen. Damn, okay. Then we have the King of Roses, and I feel like this is King of Roses. They definitely feel like they could give you the world with the King of Roses. They could give you the world, they could give you whatever you wanted. Like, possession and wealth is not a problem, it seems, for them, in their view. Like giving you what you want is not a problem for me, but maybe establishing a place in your life and actually committing, or not establishing a place in your life, sorry, establishing a place for you in their life is possibly a problem, or something that they struggle with, and it didn't really help the situation. So I feel like you are in no contact whatsoever right now, and if you are, they feel like the energy, you're done. You're done. Then we have the Ten of Roses, which is all about prosperity, security, and home, and nurturing relations. They definitely, it seems like they do have money, and they could influence you through it, if that makes sense. There's some sort of power here, and perhaps you humbled them. That's what I'm feeling a little bit. You guys were mirroring each other for sure, and they were a little bit self-absorbed, if not narcissist, and the relationship was definitely one-sided. I feel like you could have some money trauma, or money related wounds that kind of like got triggered a little bit, and they have some sort of relationship trauma when it comes to, I wouldn't say being vulnerable, but being authentic and like having some sort of decision power, if that makes sense. It's just that sort of thing. You definitely were mirroring one another, and they love bombed you in a way, but they're definitely stalking you, and they gaslit you as well. So that's basically what I'm feeling, yeah, through this. Let's see the shells here. Ace of Shells. They feel like they had something wonderful here with you. A taste of whatever is their holy grail. Yeah, they feel like they could have built something really beautiful with you. If you were intimate with them, like in person, and this goes a little bit off track. If you guys were intimate, they do think a lot about your entrances, if that makes sense. Your point G, if that makes sense. They definitely think about it a lot. They reminisce about the first time that they touched you. Gets them going a little bit, if that makes sense. Yeah. But they definitely felt like that was the start of something really beautiful, but they fucked it up, basically. They feel like you are a people pleaser and somewhat popular, if that makes sense. And that you know the arts of making one feel absolutely at ease. They felt really at ease with you because you molded or you adapted to them or to their energy. And that made them feel really peaceful, I would say. They feel like you are determined to use these powers to achieve security for yourself and the people that you love. And that's what made you so special for them, because some people went to this person for interest reasons, for money, for property, for extortion even, and like I feel like they did not usually encounter loyalty and love, so they could have been a little bit superficial, but you made them feel really at ease. And if you were if you were physical, they feel that you made sure that your sexual style fell in line with their desires, however wicked, and that intimacy with you was very healing for them, almost tantric. They feel like you understood them to a very high level of emotional intelligence. Yeah, but you're definitely not from their point of view, you're not on bad terms, but there's definitely some sort of regret in their own way. Like, it's not the sort of regret where they're crying and all of these things, but they definitely pushed buttons that they shouldn't have. and it ended up like this. I feel like you're definitely no communication whatsoever. That's what I'm feeling. Yeah, I'm gonna check on how are they feeling about you right now, aside from, you know, the sort of they pushed buttons that they shouldn't have pushed. How are they feeling right now about them? About group number 1. Okay, so we have the 9 of Feathers reversed. How are they feeling about now? 8 of Candles. How are they feeling about them? Okay, and 2 of Candles. I think I'm gonna, I don't feel like they're gonna do any sort of action, but I'm gonna check anyway, just for the heck of it. Any sort of action that they're willing to take. We had the Knight of Shells. I don't feel like they're gonna do anything. So how they're feeling with about you and about the situation. The 9 of Feathers reversed. They definitely regret it, but it's the sort of regret where if like they're going to do something that they know they regret, they want to make sure that they would enjoy it next time, if that makes sense. Like, so it's that sort of regret where they would do it again, but at least enjoy it this time, or to not have. So I even forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, it's that sort of regret that they want to redo your story. But at least like enjoy the process, if that makes sense, because the fact that you were mirroring each other, it was very triggering for the both of you. And yeah, it's not like a legit regret. It's a sort of narcissistic regret. They would do it again, basically. I wish I could do that again. That sort of thing. It's very weird to feel, actually. Then we got the 8 of Candles, which is they feel like it blew over on their face. They feel like you guys it's weird. They feel like you guys went really fast and it blew over. Maybe if you took more time to like get to know each other and something like that, or if you took more time to understand each other, it would have been different. Although they don't feel like they would have done anything differently, if that makes sense. Like perhaps they don't know what to do differently because they didn't go through it, and they feel like it blew over. 8 of Candles, which is the 8 of Wands, is also a card of messages. So they feel like texting you, they feel like contacting you actually, and like start over maybe. Yeah. The 2 of Candles is like the 2 of Wands. And about the situation, they feel like you are within reach still, but perhaps they're choosing not to reach out. Maybe you're kind of like, maybe you haven't blocked them, necessarily. So you may still in reach. You just like stop talking. They feel like they could reach out to you. And they feel like they need a plan of action, like plan out what they need to do to strengthen their position and strengthen like the possibilities of you guys coming together again. Like they're thinking about it. They're thinking about it for sure. And finally we have the Knight of Shells, which is the Knight of Cups reversed. And when it comes to action with the Nine of Shells reversed, I don't feel like they're gonna take any sort of action right now. It's still in the works, quote unquote. It's still in the thought stage. So I feel like if they do something, they feel like they wouldn't be ready if you decided to strike back. If that makes sense. If it would lead to, for example, an argument or something like this, they would feel like they wouldn't win, or they wouldn't take advantage of the situation, or they wouldn't be prepared for that sort of interaction, if that makes sense. So they're kind of like in the shadows right now. They don't want to do anything. It's just in the thoughts. It's in the thoughts process still. So the bottom card is the Page of Shells, which is the baby, the sweetheart, the charmer. The Page of Shells will fill your days in bed with laughter. She is pure of heart and easily finds joy, which is infectious. Messy, creative, and imaginative, she is a perfect partner for a lazy afternoon of dressing up and roleplay. Sometimes she may enjoy playing the brat. But like also the Page of Shells is a person that is very creative, that is easily influenced. I feel like they know this because you're a people pleaser and you're able to adapt to any person. They feel like they could influence you in a way, maybe with their power, with their money, with their energy even. It's just, they would like to tell you what to do as well. It's that sort of energy where, like, yeah, do they really regret? No, not really. It's just they regret not being able to do it again with you. Yeah, I feel like they're not gonna do anything right now because they're still thinking about it. But if you feel like this person is not any good for you, then I would recommend staying away from them, because even if they tell you they regret, it's not really regret. That's what they know it is, regret. But like regret is like you regret something and you make sure that you don't do it again. Like you change your behavior, you change like the outcome basically. But this person doesn't feel like changing their behavior. Maybe that they don't know any better, but they're also not making any effort to change it, right? So they're not even thinking about it. They're just trying to plan their approach towards you so that you could be in contact again, but their behavior wouldn't change. So if they ever tell you that, I've changed my ways, that's a lie. They're lying to your face and you know it. So yeah, this is what I have for you, pile number one. That was very intense. just pay attention to any signs or anything like that. I'm not really sure if you're into spiders or if you see that a spider is a sign of anything, because I'm not even sure that you were able to see it, but I did have a spider crawling down on me, and their web was on my hand, and she was like trying to be on top of the card. So I don't know. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments how you resonated with this. If you want to book a private reading with me, the link is in the description. I only do it through Calendly. I used to do it on my website, but I don't have it anymore. So yeah, let me know. And yeah, thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Right, okay. Hello, group number 2. Welcome to your reading. I'm also gonna shuffle one of these. Okay. As well, group number 1 had the same exact cards. The palm tree. Oh god. Alright, so this is a very complicated one because this person fooled you. I'm not gonna lie, this person fooled you a lot. They or they're fooling you or some sort of thing. They feel like they are not being really fair towards you. Maybe the relationship is very one-sided. It's exactly like pile number 2, but the energy is very different. I would say that maybe they don't know what they want. And it's the exact same thing. Like, they don't know what they want. You don't have like a place in their life. It's like, but this time there's a sense of I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry I didn't see. I'm sorry I didn't make you feel make you feel special. With the 4 of Pentacles there reversed, like, it seems like freedom or individuality is very important for you, and I didn't see that. Maybe they kind of like pulled you in and didn't let you go, and that became a little suffocating. They didn't see any progress. The 6 of Wands there, like, they didn't recognize you for who you were, and for what you've done or did for the relationship or for the connection, for that matter. It was just very restraining, and they didn't value your freedom as much as you did. And it was just, I was just having a bad moment or a bad phase of my life with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, but they feel like they know it wasn't an excuse, because with the Devil here, it's just they know it was toxic and unhealthy for the relationship because they were doing this to so many other people. They didn't realize that, I think. They didn't realize how badly they were hurting you, and they had this sort of childlike approach to the situation. They didn't take anything seriously. And I feel like there's a lot of reflection right now. I feel like they're listening to a lot of music, although there's no headphones here. It reminds me of an iPod. So I feel like they're definitely listening to some music and reflecting and thinking about you a lot. And yeah, they didn't show you their true feelings or their true emotions, their true intentions. They definitely took a chance there, and they were very strategic with their approach. They were hiding their true personality, they were pretending a lot, and like they feel like they wronged you, but it's just kind of like, did I learn my lesson? Like, do I need to go through this again? Because it seems like the energy is there, but they're not taking advantage of it, if that makes sense. Like, it's kind of, I don't know. It's kind of like they're looking at the energy, they're actually feeling the energy, but they're not taking advantage of what it has to offer, if that makes sense. So it seems like you are somewhat feeling it, but you can't really pinpoint what it is. And that's kind of like where they are. Where they are right now in their journey, like they're sort of like letting it go and reflecting a lot, because the hangman comes right before death. So they're kind of like on the cusp of it, like scratching the surface a little bit. They're still reflecting, letting go, and kind of like thinking about it, but I feel like they're a little bit scared of death itself. Like the change and the uncomfortability, it could scare them. But I feel like their message for you is, I was a dick. I was a dick to you. I didn't, like, I'm aware that I didn't show you my hand. Like, I didn't show you my true feelings. I was hiding a lot. Maybe I even lied and cheated. Maybe they did cheat on you, yeah. And it's kind of like they know their behavior doesn't justify what they did, or what they went through. Doesn't justify what they did, but it's kind of like they have this childlike type of mentality that doesn't really make sense to them, why they do it or why they did it. So they definitely feel some sort of way. It's a very heavy energy, and my throat is hurting me, so I feel like they could have some sort of throat chakra blockages, like they don't speak their truth, they're not truthful, they do not communicate really well, they don't speak up, they don't do anything, like they just go with the flow, I guess. But that's a very complacent sort of energy. Complacent, sorry. Alright, let's see. More thoughts. Thoughts of you when they're alone. There's a lot of reflection and a lot of silence. See, I got the moon here, and also the 3 of candles reversed. Yeah, I feel like 7 of candles. Okay. So with the moon here, the moon is a very secretive, but also like shadow card. I feel like they're definitely feeling something, but they're not ready to see it, if that makes sense. Like the moon talks about the unconscious or subconscious, and how certain things do reflect in your daily life. And I feel like they are definitely feeling the energy, but because it's upright, they can't always maneuver around it. That's why they're still in the hanged man position. They're still in the reflective or reflection stage. They don't really, like, they're on the cusp of it. I can feel it, and I feel like you also feel it, but the moon is definitely very unpredictable energy that moves us all at night and knows what we long for. And I feel like at night they definitely They definitely think about it all. About the situation. There's not really much change though. Like, they don't. It's very. I don't know. It's very stagnant. They're very nonchalant about the situation. Like, not gonna lie. They're not taking it seriously either because of the childlike approach. Like, they you can see, like, they're reflecting on it, but they're not taking it seriously. Like, they don't know the depth of how much they hurt you, or how much this is impacting your life or your relationship. Like, they're not seeing directly, like, what they've done to you, if that makes sense, eye to eye. They feel like you have your defenses up, 7 of Candles, because that's about defensiveness and upholding. And they feel like they want to prove themselves to you, sorry. They just don't know what. They're very nonchalant about it. They want to prove you something. They want to prove that they've changed or they've learned, but it's just kind of like they're not there yet. So it's like, it's a victory that they want to have, or like an achievement they want to have, really, but they are still on the surface level of it. So it doesn't really matter, right? Because I feel like this is also about self-discovery, because they don't know themselves really well. And I don't know. They don't know how to express themselves really well or something like that. So they don't really know how there's other ways to express themselves. It doesn't need to be like with communication. I feel like they don't know themselves really well. That's it. They don't know what they want. I mean, they even could know what they want, but it's just kind of like there's so many things over here, so many temptations, so many illusions. They don't know what's true or not. And because they don't communicate really well, they cannot make the right questions. And so it's kind of like this snowball. It never ends. It never stops spinning, and it never stops growing. And they call it like, I'm in this stage of life where this is bad. I'm in the stage of life where this is bad, and I know this is bad, and I know that I'm not being fair to you, and I don't recognize what you're doing, but I'm still withholding you, right? It's kind of like, I want you to be there when I have my shit together, but then you get tired of it, and like, they want to prove you that they've changed, or they came to a conclusion, or something like that. But they're being very nonchalant about this whole situation that is very messy, and it may be hurting you, and they're not taking it seriously. So it's kind of like this cycle, right? Where, like I said, I'm not gonna repeat myself, but that's definitely going on a subconscious level. They're not really that deep yet into it. They're still scratching the surface, it seems. Like, they're not looking very deep into it. I feel like they're also, message that they want to send you is like, I'm distracting myself with other people or other options, so I do not reflect on what is happening. And this is a coping mechanism, so I do not take accountability for what is happening, right? But they also make it very like, oh, look, I'm going out and I'm going for drinks, and you see, I'm gonna think about it when I drink, because it comes easier, right? They're not taking it very seriously though, and I feel like this is somewhat frustrating you. But for some of you, it's actually just like, like, you do you. and I'm gonna do myself. I'm gonna do me. So, and I feel like they also they feel it. They feel the impact of those words of the energy where you're not attached that much to them. Like you want the best for them and you want them to learn, but it's kind of like, I'm gonna live my life, and if you come back and if you actually reflected and you really want to be with me, then just let me know, I guess. But in the meantime, I'm gonna do the same thing, right? Like I'm not gonna hang around or wait around for someone that doesn't know where I stand and takes things really childish like ways. Yeah, I feel you. To be honest, like, I don't know. You're just kind of like, I'm not gonna wait for you if that's. Yeah, I feel like you may want to say, like, I'm not gonna wait for you. Like, that's the energy. I'm not gonna wait for you. I just wish you could see what you're doing. Um, I feel like you care for this person, and in a way, in their own way, they do care about you, but it's just their actions make it seem like they don't, or that they don't take it seriously. They don't take you seriously in what they're doing. So it seems like it's a growth process, where you're kind of like, well, I want to be with you, but if you don't grow up, then I'm gonna find someone that is already grown up, like, right? You're not very, like, fixated on this person, which is a good thing, not going to lie, because this, if you were fixated or stuck in a relationship with them, then this would hurt like a bitch. Yeah, I feel like guys are in a situationship kind of thing, where you have feelings for each other, but it's just kind of like, if it isn't, it isn't. If it is, it is. Who cares? Right? So I feel like, in a way, you're both reflecting each other in that nonchalant kind of approach to it, where you're more serious, but you're also taking that sort of energy. So I feel like this is what they would say to you is, I don't know what I'm doing. But at the same time, I'm avoiding to know what I'm doing or what I need to do. I'm avoiding to take accountability for everything while I distract myself with other things, or like the grass is greener on the other side sort of situation. They know they're not being fair to you, and they're not recognizing like the potential or anything like that. And I feel like they detach very easily, but they also grab really, really easily. So, yeah, these are their late night thoughts. Like they're not. That's the energy. I don't know how else to put it. I don't know how else to put it, honestly. Your bottom card is the Ace of Roses, and as a shadow card, I would say they want to be romantic, but they need to figure this out. Yeah. Let's see the Ace of Roses. Great things begin with a single seed. Get your hands dirty and begin that project. If you make the first effort, the resources you need will materialize. So, it seems like this person definitely wants to start something with you, whether that is a relationship, but they do not have the seed yet. They need the seed, and the seed comes after this reflection, and comes after death. So they do not have the seed yet. They know this, and they definitely want to get to work and get that stuff going, but they don't have the ways to have the seed to plant it. So it's kind of like this, they have to be, it has to come from them. They need to get out of the hanged man and go through death, because only reflecting and not making any changes and going through the change is not gonna move them, if that makes sense. Like, it's not going to help their situation, and it's not going to materialize anything with you for sure. So yeah, this is what I have. Thank you so much, group number 2, for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe down below if you haven't subscribed already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Oh, nice. All right, group number 3, this person wants a relationship with you. They would go, I wouldn't say out of their way, but they would definitely work on something to, so both of you would go out of your way to be in a relationship with them. They don't really care that you are that outgoing or that you may have other suitors. They really just want to be in a relationship with you and show you that, you know, I accept you as who you are. Like, I trust you. I don't mind that you have other suitors. Like, you have this natural beauty of you, like, you're a get goer, you're a go doer. You are like, you have this confidence, this straightforward energy that it's just attracts them to you. So this person definitely wants a relationship with you. They would like to show you that, you know, you can be your fiery self with me, right? So, like, they definitely want to be in your arms. If you guys don't know each other really well, they have a huge crush on you, but I feel like you talk a lot, or you talk in a way. They find you extremely attractive, very sinful, that's what I'm saying, and X marks the spot. So I would say, like, this person wants to get on with you. Or T marks the spot, sorry. So this is definitely a lot like a very light, sort of playful, sexual, sensual energy compared to the other groups. The other groups were very heavy, so this is a very nice change. So this person feels like you are very sinful. They could have other suitors as well, and or you could have other suitors, but it's just, they want you. They want you. They want to be in a relationship with you. They want to commit. They want to move with you. They want to, if you guys are kind of like, if you are abroad or this person is abroad, I feel like they wouldn't mind to go with you or to be with you in a foreign country. Or if you kind of like are in the same country or different states or something like this, they wouldn't mind, like, go out of their way to be with you. That's what I'm sensing. With the 3 of shells there, sex, alcohol, and rock and roll. Dress up as who you most want to be that day. Friendships forged on these principles. So it seems like you guys have a very solid connection, whether it is friendship, situationship, or relationship, really. But I feel like you guys are very good friends. Very, very good friends. I would say even a best friend or something like this. And I feel like you guys help each other a lot when it comes to confidence. Maybe you guys have similar styles, or you like the same sort of styles, colors, outfits, something like this, and you definitely have a very similar views on life. You guys get along really, really well. And that's what unites you. It's the sense of you enhance everything that you are, the good and the bad, for sure. But I feel like it's mostly the good. You are very, very similar, it seems, and you complement each other really, really well. Now, with the King of Candles, let's see. The King of Candles is the instigator and director of any sexual or creative scene. You may be cordially invited to frolic at their lavish production, so long as you behave and play your parts. Ooh! This king will not tolerate chaos, like the flames of a well-maintained earth or hearth. Passions must be contained to burn hottest. So I feel like this person wants to get on with you. This person definitely wants to get on with you. They have a very high sexual attraction towards you. Candles are wands, so they have a very high passion. Very high passion. I would say that it's kind of like when they touch you, it's this slow burning flame and it's intense. I feel like their late night thoughts are how I definitely feel like one of you likes being choked or likes to be grabbed by the throat. And there's something about how one of you it's not submitting, becomes submissive to the other person. One of you definitely likes to be guided in that sort of way. But there's definitely a lot of passion, a lot of desire. I feel like they do think about sexual interactions with you, or more sensual, like a lot of touch, a lot of hands moving around. They find you extremely sexy. Yeah, definitely a lot of hands moving around and just kind of like, yeah, definitely. All right. Then with the Two of Feathers, and I believe it's the Two of Wands, Two of Swords. So the Two of Feathers, they definitely feel like you guys aim first for a meeting of minds, for your mutual interest. There's a lot of spooky synchronicity. Like, you guys sometimes may even text at the same time, or you may see something at the same time, or you may say something at the same time, or you may complete each other's phrases, something like this, like, or you think about the same thing. There's a lot of spooky synchronicity going on, and you definitely work a lot on trust and knowing when to trust a hunch. I feel like you guys are very in sync, like it never fails, and it definitely, in a very subconscious way, you learn how to trust your instincts a lot more, if that makes sense. Yeah, you have a very strong communication skill, and so do they, and that's very, very powerful. So last but not least, we have the Three of Feathers, and reversed. They feel like they definitely feel like they're not wasting their time with you. Like, it's time very well spent, if that makes sense. Like, even if you do not end up dating or anything like that, or do not end up together, they feel like it's not a waste of their time, because they're always learning with you, they feel intensely with you, and they very much value what you have. But at the same time, they feel like they do not, but sometimes they question themselves. Am I wasting my time by investing so much of me into them? But they also, it seems like they don't see it with anybody else. They really want to be with you. They really, really want to be with you. And I feel like it's very genuine. Really, really. So, yeah, they question themselves a little bit because I feel like we all do at certain points. And I do feel some questions about, am I wasting my time? Are we gonna end up together? Will I ever like have the opportunity to be with them, or to kiss them, to touch them? Yeah, but there's a lot of chemistry, there's a lot of synchronicity that they don't have with anybody else. So your connection is very safe. I would say very safe. I don't feel like they're gonna like give up on what you have or anything like that. I just feel like they wish they could have more, in a way. They wish they could have more. They wish they could call you theirs. It's just, it would make them really, really happy. Or to have you by their side as well. Yeah. It's very pretty, very beautiful. This energy is very peaceful, very genuine, I feel like. And they think about what could happen, or what would it look like if you were together. How would my life change, especially if you guys live in different states or different countries. There would definitely be a lot of sex. That's something that I can say for sure. That they find you very, very sinful, very, yeah. I would go to hell and back just for you, just to have you, or just to taste you, just to have like this, a little bit of pleasure, if that makes sense. Or I would travel to another dimension, or to another parallel reality, if that makes sense, to kind of like see the potential, if that makes sense. Yeah, but there's a lot of synchronicity, very spooky. And they feel very valued. They feel like they value you. They make you feel valuable. Although they may have other suitors, and they may have their options open, which is totally fine if you guys are not committed to one another, but they definitely don't feel the way that they feel with you, with others, if that makes sense. And they're also aware that you have other suitors, like, but in a way they feel very special because maybe you treat them differently and they feel it. Yeah, I feel like this is a very genuine connection, actually. Very peaceful. Like, you guys can be each other, can be who you are without any sort of judgment. And there's a lot of passion as well, a lot of chemistry. And that's what they think about. It's basically what could be if we were together. Especially, again, if you live abroad or anything like that. They definitely think about your synchronicity and how well you are linked. They value you a lot, and I feel like they reminisce a lot about certain conversations too. So, yeah, this is what I have for you. Pile number 3. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know in the comments how this resonated with you, and if you would like a private reading, the link is in the description. It's through Calendly, and that's the only place that you can book a reading with me. And I'll see you in my next reading or video. Bye!